Hi everyone, and welcome back for the third part of our Blind Guardian discography retrospective. So, after the last episode where we covered, some of the very best albums ever done in power metal, now we enter into the latter half of the career of Blind Guardian, and you know, just to get this straight away, there is nothing from here onward which compares really in terms of quality and overall impact on the European scene with the albums we have already talked about before. That said, there are still some very, very cool songs and some very nice records for you to listen to. So without further ado, let's get into it. So after Nightfall in Middle-earth, the pressure was, sky high on Blind Guardian to deliver a successor worthy of that and worthy of Imaginations and worthy of Somewhere Far Beyond. I mean, their run up until that moment had been flawless and incredible. So it was with a very, very, very heavy situation in terms of expectations placed on them that they approached the album called A Night at the Opera. Okay, so just snatching the name from a Queen album is something which I honestly never understood, and I also never understood why they decided to go for this not very good artwork, honestly. It's, I wouldn't say it's downright bad, but wouldn't call it very good. I don't know. I get the idea that they were going for, but the way it's realized, it's just, I don't know. If you compare it to glorious artwork of the previous albums, this really sucks. But anyway, for this album, what the band did was, they tried to up the ante and deliver something even more majestic and more complex, and layers and layers of music here. It's all a lot more progressive, and it's basically taking what they had done with Nightfall in Middle-earth and trying to, as I said, up the ante again and make it even more extreme, more orchestral, lots of stuff. And honestly, the final result is good, but could have been much better, I think. Honestly, there are some very good songs here, and of course, this album includes what I still think is the best Blind Guardian song ever recorded, which is And Then There Was Silence. And Then There Was Silence is 14 minutes of pure magic, musical majesty. So this is the foundation upon which the whole album is built, this song. It has so many different parts, but they're all very good. Some wonderful themes in there. All this about the lyrics about the Ilias and the escape from Troy to get to Rome, from Enea, and all this mythological aspect of it. It's amazing, and really this is, I think, this is Blind Guardian 100%. Everything which is cool about Blind Guardian put in a single suit, and shining and great. I don't know what else I can tell you. I really think this is their best song. However, the rest of the album is not up to that same level, although it has some very cool songs. Precious Jerusalem, the opener, is anything but a bad song. It's very good. Sadly Sings Destiny is great. The Soul Forged is great. Punishment Divine is very powerful. aggressive. I really like it. But you know, all in all, this feels like an album where, for the first time, what they were trying to do, you know, be more and more and more, actually comes to a point where it's not working anymore in a way it should. You know, there's too much on some of these songs, too much layers, too much conflicting and dueling melodies and instruments, and the result is that you are, you know, you need. I think I needed like 6 or 7 listens of this before I finally understood what the songs were about. You know, the melodies, what were carrying the songs, and what you should actually concentrate on when listening to, because it sounds like a total mess at the beginning. You know, the first time you hear it. With the exception, as I said, and then there was Silence and the Soul Force, which is a more straightforward metal song with not that much of a structure built on it, and so it's not that heavy as to listen to as the others. But for the rest, it was very challenging. They released a box set with the whole discography called Traveler's Guide to Space and Time, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, didn't check it before, but it should be correct. And there is a total remix of this album included in that box set, and that is the only place where you can find it, because it's not sold separately, and so you either have the box set or you don't have this version. And really, I don't understand why, because that new mix is so much better than this one. You know, what they did was they took the themes and the melodies and the things that really are the ones that carry the song, and put them more on the forefront. You know, while all the other little touches and stuff are, you know, brought a little bit behind, and where they are not as distracting to your ear, you know, because, as I said, here there are simply too many things. Sometimes you don't know what to listen to. You know, you get this part, and you know if you have to listen to the melody from that guitar, or the melody from that other guitar, or that other instrumental thing, that oboe or whatever it is, you know, and or the keyboards or the orchestration. It's really almost, sometimes it's overwhelming, is the right word. So I think the remix that they did is a lot better and improves the album. So look out for it. I don't know if it's available on streaming platforms, that version, but you should look for the remixed version. Okay, so it's not a remaster, it's a remix, total remix, and it was, as I said, in the box set of Traveler's Guide to Space and Time. So check it out if you can find it. It's a superior version of this album, I believe. Okay, so after that comes another kind of controversial record. I think in a way this is better than A Night at the Opera in general. I mean, it's more listenable, songs are more direct, and you can actually understand what's going on. There's a little less of that overwhelming amount of stuff. But of course, on the other hand, it doesn't have, and then there was Silence. It doesn't have the Soul Force. It doesn't have the best stuff found of Night at the Opera. Is definitely better than whatever you can find on this one. But anyway, Twist in the Myth. So sorry for the lighting, which is very bad today. I'll need to fix it for the next video. And anyway, Twist in the Myth, as I said, doesn't have that same high points that Night at the Opera had, but as a whole, as an album, you know, probably it's something I'd rather listen to all in a row, as opposed to Night at the Opera, where I would just pick the best songs. This is more listenable throughout, but you know, I think it has some very good songs. Turn the Page is a very cool song with very Celtic, Irish style melodies. Fly was the first single, and it's a bit controversial as a song, but the guys in the band absolutely adore it. They think that it's one of their best songs, and honestly, I agree with them. I know many people don't like this because it's weird and it has a strange kind of structure and it has a strange groove. It's very progressive and sometimes even, I don't know if funky is the right word, but anyway, it's strange, you know, it's not something you would expect from Blind Guardian, but honestly, I find it fascinating, and I think the melodies in it are outstanding, and the way that they, the lyrics, which are about, I think they're about the film, the movie Neverland, or Finding Neverland, you know, about movie with Johnny Depp, if I'm not mistaken, about the woman who wrote Peter Pan. I don't remember the name, but anyway, it's about that, and it's cool. It's a very cool movie and a cool story, and it's nice to read the lyrics about this, you know, about this person, terminally ill, who created this world of fantasy, and it's I don't know, I just love it. I think it's very good. Also, on Skulls and Shadows is the usual Blind Guardian melodic folk song, but it's very good because they are masters of that particular way of doing things, you know, that particular genre or kind of music. Another Stranger Me is cool, and I also like Carry the Blessed Home. So yeah, honestly, I like most of the songs here. It's you know, it has some songs which are really forgettable as well. Straight Through the Mirror, I don't even remember how it goes, you know. The New Order and The Edge, nothing special. But the good songs are good, and as I said, I would probably, if you tell me you have to listen to either this in full or Night at the Opera in full, start to finish, I would probably pick this one. Okay, so it's not that bad, although we're very far from the usual Blind Guardian amazing level, you know. So just 2 albums for this episode, but because, you know, for the next one we will have the last 3, and about one of them I really don't want to talk too much because I really don't like it. It's the only Blind Guardian album where I can maybe listen to 1 or 2 songs, and the rest are just boring as hell for me. So I don't want to talk too much about that. So I'd rather, you know, split this 2 albums here and 2 album and a half, so to speak, on the next episode. So see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed this little chat, and as usual, let me know what you think in the comments.